say, can I tell you a story? I can? Cool. Before we get started, my name is Toy Styles. I own and operate the Cartel Publications, and we've been in business since 2008. And I also own and operate the Elite Writers Academy, where I teach people how to build their book empires through story strategy and marketing magic, because there's nothing like writing this amazing story and not getting a coin. So that's what I do for a living. But now it's story time, if you don't mind. Can we get started? We can? Okay. So it's 1974 in New York, right? It was the coldest day of the year. And Louise Smart, she darted outside of the Port Authority. She was wearing brown bell bottoms that were stained lightly with the cream and blood of the last man she'd been with. She was ill prepared for the cold that ripped at her, so she pulled her scraggly brown fur coat together as she stood on the curb and took in the view that was Times Square. And it was beautiful, right? Lights, camera, action type of thing. Just then, a 1973 green Dodge Charger pulled up. So he's blasting Superstitious by Stevie Wonder. And it scared the hell out of her. She was afraid it was the John that she just stabbed not too long ago. So she just knew that he was about to take her life, whoever pulled up in front of her right at that moment. Instead, the car pulled off, the music faded, and she was safe. So what did she do? She darted across the street. It was at this location called the Terminal Bar. The moment she yanked the door open, she was met with the thick smell of the dried urine, smoke, and she found her way inside of the bar, and it was crowded, right? Gay black men were everywhere. A few loud drunks were present. I mean, it was just crowded. So just think about every character that you can imagine this night. Using her purse to reserve the seat next to her at the bar, she ordered 2 glasses of monkey piss from a Jewish bartender with eyebrows as bushy as possible, just like looked like caterpillars across his eyes. Every time somebody entered the bar, her gaze would fall upon the door. She is clearly rattled, right? But she realized that she was okay when the door opened and she was still alive, because remember, she just stabbed somebody not too long ago. So but her nerves were still on edge, okay? She knew that she didn't have a lot of time to get away. She felt like her life was really, really in danger. So, where are you? She said to herself. I can't sit in this bar long. So she's looking around. She's waiting for somebody. It seemed like an eternity, but 5 minutes later, Hero Yang, an immigrant from Korea, strolled into the bar with extreme confidence. He's the most confident thing in there, because at this point, like I said, it's a bunch of characters in there. Feeling a little bit safer, when she saw his yellow face, she calmed down, winked, and removed her purse so he could take his seat next to her. Because remember, she had reserved his seat. What'd you do this time, Louise? He asked in a serious tone. I can't continue to bail you out of trouble. I'm not your man, you know this. Oh, come on. She nudged his shoulder playfully. It's nothing for you to worry about. Besides, it's Friday night. I'm lonely, and I figure you were lonely too. I mean, am I wrong? Can't we make the evening better together like we used to do? He looked into her eyes before his gaze fell upon her body, because she's bad. Is that right? Just a good time, huh? Nothing more? That's all. I just miss you, Hero. I mean, that's really all I want. She raised her glass, and he picked the other one up. To a good time? He picked up his glass. To a good time. But he was feeling like something was up with this chick, right? But you could tell they knew each other. They dinged them together before downing the sweet cocktail. Now, are we going to do the grown folks things in here, or are we going to leave for a little bit of privacy? She asked, looking at the door again. Again, her nerves are on edge. My car is out front. Let's go. Hero reached into his pocket and slammed $20 on the counter of the bar. way more than was necessary for them cheap-ass drinks, right? As a matter of fact, before he left, he said, this place stinks of hopelessness. She says, I'm right behind you, Daddy. So she switches out of the bar with him up to his 1974 Cadillac Coupe de Ville and had the white cream interior. Now she was in her element. She was in his car. And she was feeling her vibe. She was feeling the vibe. She lowered her head, did her grown folk thing that we know about, and handled her business. So after she was done, he waited and waited because he knew this woman. He knew something was up. He knew that she wanted something. The thing is, he didn't really know what she wanted. So he was going for his wallet, preparing to bless her for her services, when she said, hold up. Now, I know you always take care of me, but I need a little bit more tonight. How much, Louise? And don't play with me. Just give it to me straight. I'm trying to go to Maryland. She reached into her purse and grabbed some tissue and a stick of gum. She wiped her mouth. I need $300 and it can't wait. Hero smiled and looked out of his window before looking back at her. She just blew his hide, to be telling you the truth. You were great, Louise. Always have been. But you're still a whore. A black one at that. Skin the color of a wet New York sidewalk in the rain. He chuckled at his tasteless joke. And I ain't paid more than $45 for a service from you, and I'm not about to start now. She was embarrassed, y'all. She swallowed the lump in her throat. I've done something very bad, and I can't be on the streets. I got to get away, and I got to do it now. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't have another choice. Like, you really are the last choice for me. I know you do me good, and I'm just asking for you to do a little bit more for me tonight. That's all. He laughed, slapped her fingers away. You know what? You niggas are all the same, just greedy. Hero. He reached into his pants, grabbed his wallet, and gave her $50. That's 50. 5 more than I usually settle on with you. Tears filled the well of her eyes, y'all, because listen, again, she was afraid. She had to get out of New York. You talk a lot of shit, but I know you care about me. Why else do you come when I need you? Or pick me up from wherever I am. Don't you see? I'm saying if we can be more, it's got to happen now. Maybe I can stay with you till things die down on the streets. Maybe in one of your empty houses. Because he had a lot of money. I know you got places in Harlem. I've been with you before, so I know you got the space. Believe me when I say I don't need much more. He shook his head. I can't be with a whore. And definitely not a black one. Besides, what we have may not be conventional, but it works in this way. Why you want to go and change things, Louise? Like I said, I need more, and I need it now. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Please, hero. He sighed. I'm the worst man you could come across, Louise. I know it seems different because of the time we spend, but it's true. I'm doing you a favor by not offering you any more. She took a deep breath and peeled the money off her thigh, the $50 bill he gave her. I have to leave New York, and I'm going tonight. Just know that you'll never see me again, hero. She shook her head. Guess I did have the wrong impression about you. Have a good evening. She tucked the money in her purse, pushed the door open, and diminished into the night. That is the opening chapter of my book, The Whore, The Wind Blew My Way. If you want to find out how this story goes down, it's available on Amazon.com or thecartopublications.com. Take a ride with me. I got you. And don't forget to subscribe. We got so much to talk about.